Welcome to Daily Armour. Today we're going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, looking at verse number 10, still pondering on this thought about some things that are not in vain. We know there's a whole list of things that we could be doing in vain, but let's talk about what are some things that are not in vain. So 1 Corinthians 15:10, and it says, "But by the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace which was bestowed upon me was not in vain. But I labored more abundantly than they all, yet not I, but the grace of God which was with me." When I was thinking about this phrase, not in vain, we want to think about what are some things that we do that are not in vain. What are some things that we do that does have a purpose? And it says here that Paul was explaining that the grace that God gave him was not given to him, was not bestowed upon him, was not gifted to him in vain. God didn't do it in vain. We talked, yesterday's devotion was about what God did. He formed the earth not in vain. And he formed it for it to be occupied, for it to be inhabited. The word inhabited is what was used in the scripture. So he purposefully put me and you here. And now this grace that upon salvation we've been given a gift, this grace that's been given to us, it's not been given to us in vain. So God, again, is doing some things not in vain, and he's doing some things in us and through us. And that's what Paul's explaining here. He's saying his grace, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain, but I labored more abundantly. But it gave him that burden, it gave him that desire, it gave him that drive. He used the grace that was given to him. We can use the grace that's given to me, that's given to you. We can use that grace. We have been gifted this grace so that we can share this grace. So we can share the love of the Lord with others, and what he's done for me, I want to share that with someone else, so that they can in turn experience that gift of the grace of God. Here we see that he's laboring, and he's laboring abundantly. Labor here means that he's toiling to the point of fatigue. And this is hard work, and doing things for the Lord is hard work. And here we've got that more abundantly. So not only did he labor, but more abundantly, he was going that second mile and that third mile. And this was some intense labor, and just putting it all out there on the line, just, giving it his all for the Lord. And we know that we don't always see results, but he didn't call us to see results. He called us to serve him, and we serve him because we want that grace that's been given to us to be gifted to others, and we want to share what he's given us to others. And I don't always see results. I don't really always know how that what I do affects someone else, but he does. He takes care of all of that. And so when we think about what's not in vain, the things that we do for the Lord, the things that he burdens with, maybe he's made you a prayer warrior and your prayers are not in vain. Maybe he's like Paul here, he was a minister to the Gentiles. He had a purpose. God gave him that purpose. God burdened him with that purpose, and he worked it and did all that he could for the Lord. And his job was to preach to the Gentiles. And we see here that what Paul's been given to do was not in vain. Whatever I've been given to do, it's not going to be in vain. Whatever your purpose is, it's not in vain, because God's not going to waste that grace on you. He's going to give it to you, not in vain, and so that you can use it and share it with others. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.